You don't want us to fill empty shelf space? Good luck selling air, by user Maddie Gato. Years ago, I worked for a medium-sized retailer which sold all sorts of things from confectionery to garden supplies. The store had half an aisle near the front of the store dedicated to events which were pretty much right in the customers' faces as they entered the store. Every few weeks, these event shelves would change over to a new department or be themed to any upcoming holidays or special days such as Mother's Day or Halloween. Usually for these events, we would get the stock delivered the week before and spend that week taking out the old stock and replacing it with the new lines. If a new line was missing from the delivery, we'd go and find a different line that would fit into that event from elsewhere in the store. One day in early April, we received an email from upper management. Do not replace missing event lines with any other lines. We emailed back to clarify because, of course, nearly every event delivery is missing at least one line. Do they want us to spread other items out to fill the empty space, or what? Just leave the space for any missing lines empty. It will look like they have sold out. Barely a month later, while preparing for the Mother's Day event, we receive our regular delivery with no Mother's Day event lines, not one. So we email up our management to let them know that we haven't received any of the event lines. They will come on your next delivery. Do not fill empty space. Well, they did not arrive on the next delivery either. We emailed them again, informing them that we had still not received any event lines and heard nothing back, so we decided to do exactly what they asked. We cleared out the old event lines and left the entire event section completely empty for the entire 3-week period leading up until Mother's Day. After Mother's Day, during a conference call, a group call between upper management and all the store managers for the region, they asked us why we had 0 sales for the event lines and why our sales for the period had dropped significantly. We just referred them back to other previous emails where we told them that we never received the delivery, and they had said not to fill missing lines. Cue the most deliciously sweet awkward silence. After the call, one more email was sent out to everyone. Please use your best judgment when filling missing lines for events. I'm telling you that freezer has been fixed. Put everything back in it by user grows 40,791. So this happened when I was about 16 and working at a TCBY. I was about to get off work when the store manager told me to take all of the display ice cream cakes and put them into the back freezer because the front freezer wasn't working. She then left for the day. About an hour after I did this, the store owner walks in yelling, "Why are all the display cakes not in the front freezer? We just had it fixed." I told him that I literally just got done taking them out and putting them in the back per the manager's request. Some back and forth went on until I just shrugged and put all the cakes back into the broken front freezer and left. All the cakes melted and I was fired. Oh well, lol. My daughter is apparently going to be a future member. My wife told her to stop putting stickers all over the house and she should only put stickers on paper. My daughter argued with her, but my wife was just done picking stickers up all over the house, especially the kitchen, so it wasn't going anywhere. An hour or so later, I walk into the kitchen and see stickers on post-it notes, and the post-it notes were stuck all over the refrigerator. She was so proud of herself, it was hilarious. Edit, to add some context. She was 3, almost 4 when this happened. It happened 4 years ago. It popped up in my Facebook feed. We also didn't have an issue with our kids putting stickers up, but she had emptied a sticker book like 3 days in a row, so it was getting old. My wife and I both thought it was hilarious. My wife got a picture of her next to her work with the biggest shit-eating grin you can imagine. I showed her the pic today. She's almost 8 and she cracked up saying that sounds like something she would have done. Shut it all down now. Sure, no problem. By user full strawberry 102. So I worked at a restaurant/movie theater as a dishwasher that was open really late sometimes. Most nights that I closed I had to wait to turn off, drain and clean out the dish machine because it took a little for the buzzer to collect every dish from every theater. This guy was buddy with management and treated me and other dish users below him. More often than not I would be told this should be the last of it by someone bringing dishes late, but it was never true. I got in the habit of asking if they were sure or if I should wait. Well, this particular night he wasn't feeling very patient, and when I asked if that was really everything, he cut me off saying shut it down now before quickly leaving the kitchen. It seemed too early in my opinion, but hey, he seemed quite agitated and I wanted to go home. So I drained the machine and cleaned it out, then shut down the rest of the dish pit. By the time I was done and the manager was checking me out, I see him meekly bagging up 2 full bus tubs of dishes. Dude never even made eye contact with me again while I worked there. I brought the company to a standstill to make a point by user Jamal. I worked in the engineering department of a small manufacturing company around 7 to 8 employees. My responsibility, among other things, was to handle any design changes, edit part and assembly drawings, bills of materials, etc. Previously, this was all handled by putting together a packet of actual paper documents that had to be shuffled from engineering to manufacturing, sometimes ping-ponging back and forth if we were doing something complicated that required input from various people within those departments. Eventually, the company started to implement a software-driven procedure that was supposed to eliminate the stacks of paper that would sometimes get lost on someone's desk. The problem was that our bare-bones staff didn't really have time to learn all of the ins and outs of the software and refine the process to be truly efficient. Basically, it was left so that if an item was entered into an engineering change order, it was locked down so that no one could build one, but also a customer couldn't even order one, or any machine that this item happened to be a component of until the change process was completed. Sometimes this could take weeks. I tried explaining several times that if we ever had to work on some item that is used in several of our products, this would bring everything to a screeching halt. My manager at the time understood this but could never get all of the people who needed to work on the software procedure to sit down and finalize everything. One day I was tasked with changing the design of a hardware component that was used in every machine we built. I told my manager that as soon as I started the process, no one in sales would be able to enter an order for any customers until the process would be completed. He shrugged and said do it, knowing that I was right. Within 30 minutes of getting started, a salesman came to my desk asking why he couldn't enter an order. I explained what was happening. He left, and soon after the VP of the company was at my desk asking what needed to be done. So I told him he needed to corral everyone, needed to hash out how the software was supposed to work properly instead of the half-assed just lock everything down deal they left off with. He immediately called in whoever was on that list. It took a few days as I recall, and the component in question was expedited to be approved within the week. To this day, I use this story in interviews whenever I am asked one of those questions, like give me an instance where you had to solve a major problem in the workplace.